Good evening and welcome back to STSPN.com. I am Steve Willits and we are about ready for the fourth and final NWAC quarterfinal game of the evening. And this one's a big one. The Lane Titans coming into this game with a record of 23-6. They were the 2016 NWAC champions and they're going to take on the Walla Warriors, 29-1, riding a 27-game winning streak. The Warriors lost the championship game last year to Spokane. You know they want to get back and try to win this game. They want to try to win this tournament. They have not been champions since 2010. Something's got to give tonight. One of these teams will be heading home. The other will move on to the semifinals. Who's it going to be? We're going to find out after this break. We're going to go and take a commercial break right now, and then we'll get you ready with the starting lineups as we get ready for Walla versus Lane on STSPN.com.
Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Folks, be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. And that's NWACSports.org, nwacsports.org. Good evening once again, and welcome back to the Walt Price Center here at Everett Community College. We are just getting ready for the final quarterfinal game of the night. Winner of this game to take on Big Bend next week, and that game would take place on Saturday. We're about to find out who's going to come away with the victory, as it is the Walla Warriors riding a 27-game winning streak, two of those wins have come against the Lane Titans, and that's who they're playing tonight. Titans from Eugene, Oregon, coming into this game with a 23-6 record. And joining me right now, Mike Buchholz. Mike, you've had a chance to watch both of these teams, correct?
I have watched them both last night, both very, very impressive. This is going to be a great game.
Great game. Two teams that, as we mentioned during our last broadcast, both ranked right now in the NWAC rankings. Walla is currently at number 2, Lane at number 3. For those of you wondering, Umpqua currently holding on to that number 1 spot, and they've already punched their ticket into the semifinals, as they'll be playing next week, playing up against Bellevue, the other team that has already made it into the next round. And Mike, actually, I'll have you, if you'd like, why don't you go ahead and give us the starting lineups here real quick.
Yeah, our desk is getting a little sloppy here, so
we got some papers here.
I heard that's a sign of superior intelligence, but I'm not exactly sure about that.
Hasn't worked for me yet in my years on this earth, but hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get there.
Okay, first of all, for the Lane Titans, number 2, Amber Lee. She's a 5'4" sophomore. Number 4, Rachel Fielder. She's also a sophomore, 6'1" tall. Megan Steele, she's a freshman, 5'9", plays guard. Number 14, Sarah Hall. She's a 6'2" sophomore and definitely a force inside. Number 21, Emma Jones. She's a 5'10 freshman. Leyden Titans are coached by Greg Sheely. Walla Walla Warriors coached by Bobby Hazeltine. Their starters, number 10, Sierra Joe McEwen. She shoots 43% from the three-point line, averages nearly 23 points a game.
Leading the WAC in three-point percentage.
She is a 5'9 sophomore from Touchy, Washington. Number 15, Teresa Acock. She's a 5'5 sophomore. Number 20, Jade Skidmore, 5'7 sophomore guard. Number 24, Taylor Turner, a 5'9 freshman. And number 35, Adrian Perales. She is a 5'8 sophomore.
You talked about McEwen a minute ago. She leads the NWAC in three-point shooting percentage. The entire NWAC, all 34 teams, 43.4%. Her teammate, Acock, she's third, 41.1%. As a team, they shoot 39.2%, and they're not afraid to put it up. They've shot 579 three-pointers throughout the regular season, and there's a reason why they've won 27 games in a row. They make quite a few of those three-pointers.
They do. McEwen actually struggled quite a bit from the three-point line last night, but she's not a one-dimensional player. She does many other things out on the court. Good ball distributor, handles the ball, and a decent defender as well. So she's a good all-around player.
Yeah, you're right. She was 2 for 9 from 3 last night. An easy win for them over Highline, 78-37. Also, Perales, 17 rebounds in that game last night in only 29 minutes, as they were able to go to their bench early and often with the 41-point victory. And by the way, Lane, they fared just as well yesterday. They beat Skagit Valley 83-43. So both teams with 40-plus point victories. Might be a tougher go tonight. These are two powerhouse teams. Titans with the ball to start the game. They are working it around right now.
And Hall, who has the ball, generally does a lot of her work on the inside and able to handle the ball outside. It was 21-21 last night against Skagit, and then they just went on a tear after that the last couple of minutes of the second quarter.
By Terra, 62-22 finish to that game. They did indeed. We got our first foul called on the night. Get to that in just a moment here. And we also get our first points of the night as Sarah Hall gets in low, picks up the bucket.
And those two work in tandem very well with each other. Hall with long arms gets good position. She had an outstanding game last night as well.
Taylor Turner was the one that picked up the foul on the other end. Walla Walla with her first three ball up, missing it. That's Acock. Back down the other way. Lane getting the floater to go. Amber Lease, we had her up here during the halftime break of the last game, and she said that she felt this was a different team than the one that Walla Walla played against earlier this season, and so far so good. They're out to the early 4-0 lead.
Yeah, Lease didn't really look to shoot that much last night as Walla Walla gets the ball inside to Taylor Turner.
McEwen getting the assist on the play, 4-2 score. McEwen now with a pick on the other end. She's going to try to go coast to coast, scoops it up and in. We talked about her three-point shooting ability. She can drive to the lane as well, and you mentioned earlier, 22.7 points per game on the season. Very quickly, Walla Walla answering Lane's 4 points with 4 of their own. We've got a tie ball game here with 8:35 to go in the opening quarter. And Sarah Hall getting her second bucket of the early evening.
And we might have to take a timeout and put some track stripes down there with lane numbers on them after that last game, and this game has started off exactly the same. Amber Lease last night not looking to score hardly at all, mostly distributing, but tonight initially went right to the hoop and had a layup early.
Titans with the 2-point lead here, not quite 2 minutes into the game. Wearing those blue road uniforms.
Man-to-man defense for both.
Three ball up in the air, hits it! Rachel Fielder getting her first bucket of the night. Lane out to a 5-point lead. This does not look like a team that's lost to Walla Walla by 19 and 33 points respectively in each of their other 2 matchups this season, and that shot is missed.
Yeah, high screen and roll, automatic double team left the shooter wide open. That should have been made, I believe.
Taylor Turner missed the shot. Jade Skidmore came over to try to retrieve it and save the ball from going out of bounds. However, it was a little bit late. We mentioned it also earlier during the intro. Lane won the 2016 championship. Walla Walla lost the championship last year to Spokane. So each of these 2 teams, having played in one of the last 2 championship games. Walla has not won an outright championship since 2010. And that pass just sailed. I think it looked as though number 13, Megan, still realized and recognized that Walla was about to try to intercept it and tried to hook it to the left a little bit and a little bit too far to the left.
Yeah, found the assistant coach over on the opponent's bench. So,
and that is not in play if I understand the rules correctly. Skidmore out on top, looking down low. Nice shot. That's Dietrich Denton. Kaylee Dietrich Denton did not start the game, already in as a substitution, and makes her presence known early. She gets her first points of the game, making it 9-6 Lane.
Both teams playing man-to-man and a lot of overplay when they have the opportunity, and they will go double down on the post, as that was the case. Hall hits it off the backboard.
Hall made a basket very similar to that just a couple minutes ago. This time she misses it. Swinging the ball around, looking for their open look, getting it, just not able to get the shot. Aycock misses yet another 3 ball. Titans coming away with it. 6:33 to go here, first quarter. Winner advances to the semifinals to take on Big Bend next Saturday night right here at Everett Community College. Another game that will be broadcasted on STSPN.com. Hall with a shot, gets it blocked, but draws contact as McEwen comes over to defend. And Sarah Hall will step to the line for 2.
And slows the pace down there a little bit. So
I was kind of enjoying the pace, but you're absolutely right. I think it's something that was almost needed. Hall, 67.8% free throw shooter on the year. She makes the first one.
The third post player, Sierra Carrier, comes into the game. She works as the trifecta with Hall and Fielder inside. Didn't score early, but had at least half a dozen points later on and did a nice job.
Comes off the bench, but averages 12 points per game, so she certainly is somebody they rely heavily upon. Trying to get the bounce pass down low as Lease reads it very nicely, bats it away. Lane already with a 5-point lead and looking to expand upon that.
Well, pretty difficult to run your offense from about 6-inch area next to that sideline with the handoff over there trying to do the weave. Lucked out, though, and the Titans do get the ball back.
McEwen does get a hand on it, but she knocks it out of bounds. And I think we're going to get an offensive foul called on.
It's going to be on Carrier. She set a moving screen underneath right in front of the official.
Yeah, trying to help her teammate Carrillo as she was trying to cut through the lane while McEwen was guarding her. Picks up the foul.
Yeah, sideline out of bounds play. You look for those sets sometimes, and it's always good to find out how much on the moving screens the officials are going to let you do, and in this case,
McEwen, Euro step, tries to dish it up, leaves it a little bit short, comes off. Hall grabs the rebound. Interesting game here so far. Walla, offensive powerhouse, having a little trouble getting on the board as much as they'd like to here in the first 4.5 minutes. Only 6 points. Hall spin move into the lane. Draws the foul, and she'll head back to the line for 2 more. She already has 6 on the night and was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She'll look to add to those totals right now.
Kaylee Dietrich Denton going to be guilty of the foul in there. A little bit too much contact early, and then went to the I'm innocent pose, holding the hand straight up.
Every once in a while it works. Sometimes it does not, and this is one of those cases. Gets both free throws.
Hall off to an outstanding. She came ready to play, off to an outstanding start here.
And we mentioned she averages 14 per game. She's already at 8, and we're barely into the first quarter. Nice 3-ball there. There's the leading 3-point shooter in the NWAC, and she shows why. Sierra McEwen with her first tray of the game, 13-9.
And just got a steal as well. Pass the ball up ahead. And
open look 3, hits it! Teresa Aycock, the Splash Sisters, getting it done there early. 2 quick threes, and they're right back in this game. And guess who? Sarah Hall says, I'll answer. 10 points for her already, 15-12.
Yeah, she's on fire, and Adriana Perala has kept that ball alive down here at this end for Walla.
Aycock again!
Aycock had a streak last night where she hit 3 in a very short amount of time as well.
She was about 4 feet behind the line on that one. No fear for her whatsoever.
No help.
Doing a very nice job getting behind the defense there. That's number 21, Emma Jones, with her first bucket.
And Walla does like to overplay the passing lanes, and you can take advantage of that. They didn't help that time, so led to a wide open layup.
Acock's feeling it right now. She wanted to fire up that ball.
Looked like they were going to run some flex there, but got set up very late.
McEwen driving into the lane, but gets hooked on her way. Non-shooting foul. That's going to be called against number 23, Taylor Carrillo. And we get a timeout. A very exciting game thus far. We're only 6 minutes in. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN.
More than a number, more than living paycheck to paycheck. You're a multitasking life engineer full of experience. That's why you belong here, where you'll find more one-on-one attention from faculty, with programs that can lead to in-demand jobs, and the support you need to get where you want to go, all at an affordable price. Get started now. Edmonds Community College, edcc.edu.
EBCC trivia time. Why do some of the region's best athletes choose Everett Community College every year? The answer, look around you. They get to use this gym. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu, and this gym is in fact spectacular. The Walt Price Sports and Fitness Center, built not that long ago, Mike, back in your days, back when you were playing. This was certainly not where you were playing when you were going up against Everett CC, was it?
Well, actually it was, but now it's decorated on the side of the walls. They've taken the old floor and used that for the trim on the side walls there.
New trim, bleachers, everything else. It's an ideal place to host a tournament just like this.
That's the old floor there on the wall.
Looks good, too, as we're back in action here. Speaking of Everett CC, basketball taking place on the floor, and number 20, Jade Skidmore, gets her first bucket of the night. Another tie game, 20-20. Lane looks to answer on the other end. Shot goes up. Megan still misses the three. Walla with a chance to take the lead right now. It's been a while. They've trailed by as many as 5. McEwen misses the three, left corner. Coming down with the rebound is number 33, Sierra Carrier. And the track meet, even though we're not getting the baskets, the track meet continues.
It does.
Nice job getting down low. That's number 4, Rachel Fielder. She now has 5 points on the night. Lane back in the lead.
It looks like Lane is looking a little bit more to get the ball inside than last night in transition. They were getting a lot of shots off as we have a moving screen out there. That's the second moving screen called in the game so far.
And if memory serves me correctly, it might be the second time that it's been called on Taylor Turner. She has 2 fouls up there on the board.
And right away, McEwen comes down and finds Carrillo, who I think she shot 15 or 16 three-ball attempts last night. A lot of them in transition. Lise was looking for her, now setting up in double high post offense.
So we will see 17-19 score here early. You're right, Carrillo 7 for 18 from the 3 last night, so she can hit those. McEwen comes away with it, gets knocked out of bounds by Hall.
Hit the underside of the rim. Definitely too close for her shooting range, and she's one of those. She's one of those players. She walks in the gym, she's open, and she can absolutely go off. She hit 3 or 4 in a row, missed 3 or 4, comes back, hits a couple more.
It's called having the green light, isn't it? She definitely has it.
It's neon green.
And we know that a few of these Walla players also have a green light. Let's see if they want to try to hit one here in a moment. Skidmore losing the ball momentarily, gets it right back. Pass almost a little bit high to Peralez. Over to McEwen. Guess who? 3 up. And 3 bounces out. Looked like it was inside the cylinder momentarily, caught a piece of the iron and bounced out, and Titans basketball.
Peralez had a really nice game last night. She's not that tall. She's 5'8". She plays taller, but anticipates, gets good position, and she can catch.
5'8" with a lot of rebound ability there. We saw it last night. We'll see if we can see more of it even here later on this evening. 19-17 score. Lane looking to add to their lead, getting inside and converting. Megan Still with her first bucket. 21-17, Lane back out by 4.
Nice move, took a little bit of that contact, and you know, those little 2-foot jump shots, those are not easy to hit.
Skidmore over to Acock, corner 3, hits it!
Acock also a streaky shooter, had a streak last night. as well early in the game and got Walla Walla off to a good start.
3 trays in the first quarter. Sarah Hall looking to answer, misses the shot. Ball brought down by Skidmore, pushes ahead. Into the lane, fakes the pass, takes it herself, lays it up and in.
Way to stay under control, look to pass, and that created the shot.
And the track meet continues as Amber Lee gets into the lane, misses the shot. Aycock steps inside the three-point line this time. She's hitting from everywhere right now.
And her teammates recognizing that she has the hot hand. That is good team play. When your teammate gets hot, get your teammate the ball.
Yeah, very unselfish play by this Warrior team. That's how you get a 27-game winning streak. 24-21, their largest lead of the night. Still finds an opening. Got the look she wanted, just couldn't convert the basket. Here comes Walla Walla. We're now down under a minute to go in the quarter. Aycock open again! Another 3! She has 4 in the opening quarter. Give her 14 points on the night, 27-21. Teresa Aycock is ridiculously hot.
I would suggest you foul her the next time she touches the ball.
And she might get it back here in a moment. She's already She's already getting set on the wing. This time she steps in the lane, puts it up, bounces around.
Oh,
she's human.
Almost got the shooter's roll there.
Misses the shot. Shot clock is now off. Lane trailing by 6, their largest deficit of the evening.
I said, hey, girls, stay outside that three-point line.
And we're going to get a 3-second call right there. Is number 4, Rachel Fielder, just camping out in the lane, had everything but a tent with her. Gets called for it, and with 16.1 seconds left, Walla Walla's going to get the ball back.
Yeah, well, when you're in there and you're open, you need to get the ball. The ball was delivered a little bit late because as soon as the ball is delivered, then that ends the 3-point count or the 3-second count. It starts over again, so you get to make a move.
12 seconds to go. Mike, I've never coached basketball. You have, but if I'm coaching right now, I might be looking for Aycock right here.
You might, or certainly use her for a decoy because you have some others in there.
2 seconds to go. McEwen better recognize it, fires it up from 22 feet out. Misses the shot, but Walla Walla down the stretch, coming alive. And mainly coming alive in the form of Teresa Aycock. 14 points, 12 of which coming on 4 3-pointers. It is 27-21. Warriors over the Titans. We're going to take a quick break and come back with the second quarter of action. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN. Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for spring quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Visit clark.edu to learn more. Welcome back to the second quarter. If it's anything like the first quarter, Mike Buckholz, it's going to be an exciting one. Walla Walla, boy, hitting those threes all over the place in a 6-point lead.
And do you know the nickname of Clark College?
Is it the Lewises?
It is not. It is the Penguins.
The Penguins, okay. Good to know. The college encyclopedia that is Mike Buckholz keeps coming through. I love it. Jade Skidmore making the basket there.
Everybody contributing.
Everybody on both teams, including Amber Lease. She goes down to the other end and uses about 3 seconds of that shot clock. Both teams now with 2 points here in the quarter.
Lease looking very focused tonight and attacking the rim with a bend, and she didn't do that so much. She was setting up her teammates last night.
McEwen swings it over to Skidmore. Gets caught with the basketball in her hands, finally dishes it over to Perlis. Over to number 21, that's Courtney Hutchinson, misses the shot. And that's exactly what you don't want if you're the Titans right now.
And again, you know, getting a little ahead of yourself. Be quick, but don't hurry. You know, rush the pass. Goes over here to the scorer's bench, the officials' bench, and turning the ball over. And one of the things that's going to be a recipe for disaster against Walla is turning the basketball over. Yeah,
you want to take advantage of every opportunity you get against a team like this. A team that's, I can't say it enough, 27-game winning streak, 29-1 on the year. And the last time these two teams played, it was 98-65 in favor of the Warriors. Skidmore into the lane, tries to float out a pass to McEwen, gets picked off. That's Emma Jones going the other way. Back over to Lise. Wisely sees that she doesn't have the play, pulls up.
Got a hold inside as Sierra Carrier, 5'11 sophomore, posting up, calling for the ball.
And you're kind of an old school player. I've got to think you love to see plays like that, right? The old just get down there, box your opponent out.
I do, because I was thinking about that today, because so many teams are just reliant upon only the three-point shot, and it's really hard to find a player that you would classify as a center. And certainly if you have a center, you want them not to just be a post-up center. You want them to be a basketball player. But the idea of getting the ball in the paint and being able to finish, that's, to a degree, it's starting to become a lost art.
Yeah, the days of thinking that you needed to have a center are more or less over. By the way, Kaylee Dietrich Denton picking up the foul, her second. Carrier getting the bucket there, making it a 4-point game.
Go right back to her, deep post. I told you that the three young ladies, Carrier and Fielder and Hall, rotate. The three of them rotate through the two post positions for
McEwen, nice move there, right side, floats it up. Only has 2 field goals so far tonight. Skidmore picking off the pass, and once again, Lane forcing the issue and giving it right back over to the Warriors.
Well, right idea with the opportunity to throw the long outlet, but you have to see the defense.
Perala's missing the three-pointer this particular time.
And you can tell Carrier's body language as she's kind of shaking her head out there like, what the heck am I doing? Take care of the basketball.
Perala's has only attempted, or at least going into the tournament, had only attempted 12 three-pointers on the season. Now, granted, she hit 5 of them, so perhaps not a bad shot for her, but not one that we're accustomed to seeing, so even she was feeling it. As our friend Preston brings us our first quarter stats.
Thank you, Preston.
Down low, Carrier once again, guess who? And you are absolutely right, Mike. They're starting to recognize that they've got their matchup that they want down there, and they're going to Carrier more and more, and consequently they're right back in this game.
And they are, and obviously shorter shots, and if you can finish down there and you miss the threes here at the other end, then you got an opportunity.
Lane on a 6-0 run right now. Walla trying to put a stop to that. McEwen 3, flat shot, hits the top of the iron, kind of just casually rolls off, and McEwen doesn't get it done on the offensive side, so she picks off a pass defensively, pulls up over to Skidmore, left side.
And at least that time had Correa wide open here on the right wing, and I told you she can also catch fire from the outside. Nice little curl there, but they turn it over.
Well, it's been almost 3 minutes now since Walla has scored a point, and that's coming after they scored 27 in the first quarter. 6:45 to go here, second period. Carrier looking to tie this game up, misses the shot. Skidmore comes away with it, kicks it ahead. Nice job, no-look pass essentially, and missing it is Hutchinson. Might have been a little contact, perhaps a block, but Skidmore recognizing that she had her running down the right side and threw a beautiful pass.
Yeah, a little contact. She had her arm half ripped off.
The other half still attached, and yes, they said play through, right?
Yeah, play through.
Sierra Carrier misses the shot.
It's only a flesh wound.
Carrier able to retrieve her own basketball. It's old school basketball right there.
Yeah, that was clearly a foul on that. Clearly a foul on that play down here at this end, but play on.
And we're going to get a foul called against number 20 on the Warriors. That's Skidmore picking up her first.
Yep. Then play on. Early Fleetwood Mac album.
Yeah, you're going way back there.
Came out before you were born.
It might have been in diapers when that one was out.
Really?
I think so.
1969?
Oh, never mind. I was not in diapers yet. I was nowhere to be found in 1969. Well, I'm more of the rumors era. The shot is missed. Hall goes up with it, misses it. However, Fielder following it from behind. She gets that one to go.
And there's that post tandem again as Carrier goes to the bench for a rest. Carrier having a nice stretch there, except a couple of turnovers. She'll regroup, though.
Lane on an 8-0 run right now. 5:43 to go, first quarter.
Walla Walla, quick passing, cutting, coming off of screens, running an excellent offense, but they're starting to go a little bit cold on their jump shots from the outside, and Lane coming back, pounding it inside the key.
Diedrich Denton missing the shot. Lane with a chance to go ahead right now. Hall into the lane, underneath the defender, up and in. Lane is on a 10-0 run, and they're right back in the lead. And if you need somebody to get a basket down low, Sarah Hall is not a bad option. She has 12 points on the night.
No, she is not. They have several good options, and they're running some flex offense now as Walla Walla with the flex cutter and coming off the screen. And
Aycock couldn't get that one to go.
As hot as Aycock was, and you were talking about that earlier, I'd be getting the ball to Aycock. She missed one shot, and that's basically her first opportunity.
I was just going to say the same thing. Really, they haven't gone to her in the second quarter, and I think there's a correlation between them not scoring and them having a hot first quarter. And
well, it's certainly the correlation between, you know, you want your hot player to get some touches, but maybe she's had her opportunities taken away from her by the defense.
McEwen getting double teamed.
You put somebody on her and say, lock her down.
Back to Diedrich Denton, over to McEwen. Aycock with the basketball. Titans very wisely even stepping out. Even when she's 5 feet behind the line now, they said, we're going to contest everything and anything you put up. McEwen, long three ball. Back iron bounces off, coming into the hands of the Titans. That was number 13, Megan Still. On the other end, Lease going right to the lane. Put it out from a few feet out further than I think she ideally wanted and missed the shot.
Going full tilt and didn't really kind of gather herself, kind of ended up flinging it up as Walla Walla come back into that flex. They're looking for a flex cutter, generally attacking the elbow. Shots blocked, though.
Aycock got the three-point shot she wanted. However, she got it blocked by number 21. That was Emma Jones stepping out on the play.
And foul called on the rebound. Diedrich Denton, the guilty party with that. Lane climb back now and are up two. We're going to have a timeout.
And Diedrich Denton with her third foul. We'll take a break. 4:12 left in the half. 31-29. Lane out in front. You're watching STSPN.com.
Soldiers in the Guard's intelligence field gather information on the enemy using a variety of tactics. Scanning foreign communications, conducting interrogations, and debriefing friendly contacts, all while delivering and coordinating data to help allies on the battlefield or stop civil emergencies. The enemy can't hide from Guard intelligence.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership.
I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Jet City Roller Derby brings the sport of roller derby to Snohomish County. Tickets for Jet City's 11th season are now available with doubleheader bouts at Edmonds Community College. Featuring a family-friendly environment and a beer garden, find a skater handing out flyers to receive a discount off entry to the next bout. Jet City Roller Girls.
I'm ready. Maggie comes back from visiting the grandkids in Texas, and we're going to get roller derby tickets and go.
Heading over to Edmonds Community College and watching.
Is that where it is?
That's where it is for this particular time. Yeah, the doubleheader bouts at Edmonds Community College. So grab the kids, have a little fun.
That sounds like so much fun. My kids are not around right now. They're in New York and Texas. So
you've got empty nest. Why not go out and watch some Jet City Roller Girls? Until then, though, we're going to watch quarterfinal basketball. Lane on a run right now. 10-0 looking for more. Least thought about the three. Goes back down low. Fielder turnaround move. Gets it to fall.
Excellent basketball. Inside out, and then instead of launching the shot, repost up. Double teamed on the initial pass in, kicked it out, and got the ball back and scored. I like it.
Walla needs to solve this puzzle right now. They cannot find the basket. They scored very quickly to start the second quarter. That was their only 2 points, and we're now 6.5 minutes into the second period. McEwen with the ball up on top, down to 7 on the shot clock. She drives right side into the lane, underhand layup, scoops it up and in.
That was a tough hoop by McEwen. She's having a tough time here getting some really good open looks with against good defense, but nice job getting down the lane and taking it off the glass.
Ball almost got away from Lease. Down low. Hall, spin, left side, misses it. Skidmore comes down with the rebound. Walla now with a chance to tie or take the lead. McEwen, nice pass up ahead. She gets the easy bucket.
It's not good enough just to get back. You must get back and pick up. You can't allow people just to go wide open to the basket. It's too easy.
McEwen with 9 points on the night. We get an offensive foul called. I believe that's going to be against Hall.
Back and forth we go as momentum not really favoring either team. One thing I can tell you is that a 2-point lead in this game is not going to be safe.
No. Well, and if you're Lane, even though you went on a 12-0 run, you know Walla enough to know that they're going to come back. At some point, they're going to figure it out. They're going to get their momentum back. They're going to get their mojo going. You haven't taken their best shot yet. It's early.
Right. Well, Carrier back in also for Fiedler as they're still going to be trying to work that post, maybe get some players into foul trouble.
McEwen 3 up in the air, misses it. Hall goes up. Can't come down with the rebound, but does draw contact, and she'll get fouled on the play.
And coming off of that screen, McEwen shooting the 3, had 2 defenders jump at her. Hall trying to box out 2 of the Walla players, and a foul is called on the play.
Taylor Turner now with 3 fouls. Dietrich Denton also has 3 for that matter, so Walla needs to keep an eye on that. Carrier got the look she wanted, just couldn't get it to fall. McEwen grabs the rebound. Head to Skidmore, left side. Looking for Aycock, well behind the 3-point line. Hits another one!
And she was way out there, hit a couple of those right in front of the Titans coach, Greg Sheely.
She has range, folks. She's hit 5 3-pointers tonight, and at least 3 of them have been more than 5 feet behind the line. Shot blocked out of bounds.
Peralez reaching across there. I'm sure Coach Sheely not happy. Oh, they did make the call. I thought they just called it out of bounds.
I thought they did initially too. I could see that Aycock was over there talking to the referee, and I couldn't figure out why. And I guess that might have been the case, as she was maybe lobbying for her teammate, perhaps, as Peralez picks up foul number 1. And
that might be why Bobby Hazeltine is up, because I think one referee called it out of bounds and the other referee called it a foul. And of course, from the coach's point of view, you always pick the referee that made the call for you.
Absolutely.
Right, and then lobby your case.
Carrier, a 70% free throw shooter on the year, misses both of the attempts.
Yeah, a little bit cold on those post moves now, and there's a foul back the other way. So it's really been Lane's turn to go a little bit ice cold on the shots that they're trying to get. But you can see what they're trying to do is go pound that ball inside, and some Walla players are getting into foul trouble, which you mentioned just a moment ago.
Emma Jones checking back into the game, the 5'10" freshman guard, wearing the number 21 for Lane. She's a paper maker. Camus.
Okay.
Camus paper maker, so watching her play one more time. That's one of my favorite nicknames, by the way, in all of high school sports. Ball out on top, Skidmore. And we're going to get a travel called as Aycock shuffled the feet just a bit, and right in front of the referee. You can't usually get away with that. They will see everything and anything.
And you can also see what's happening is that the Titans are trying to slow the tempo of this game down just a little bit, and if they take those long shots, that allows the run to start as Amber Lease dribbles to the left side, tries to get it to the block, and skips it out of bounds for a turnover.
I was going to try to read our officials' names here, but I think we might have lost the paper here. If we can even read it, they handed us I think the font is like size 2.
That was a microfiche.
So eventually we'll find the paper and try to pull out a microscope and see if we can get those to you.
Oh, beautiful
McEwen.
Beautiful set play. McEwen goes backdoor, and the pass was off target. She had a backdoor layup that had to recover instead.
Skidmore triple team. She gets bailed out as the ball is knocked out of her hands. 11 on the shot clock, 1:05 on the game clock here in the half.
Nice little overload that time by Walla. Just a little bit of a misfire, and it shows how important the passing.
Skidmore wasting no time, takes the inbound pass, puts it up and in. She now has 8 points on the night.
And speaking of pass, nice entry pass, hit her right in the shooting pocket, helped make the rhythm.
I believe that was number 30, Bowen, on the inbound.
Wow, they throw it into Carrier. She's triple teamed, fires it up anyway under the bottom of the backboard. Here comes the run.
Yeah, got herself a little bit too far underneath there. Skidmore over to Aycock, open, might have been tipped. I believe it was. That was number 21 popping out, Emma Jones. 6-second differential between the game clock and shot clock, and tripping into the lane, no call, is number 13, Megan Still. Not sure if she got caught up on her own 2 feet or somebody else's. Either way, she goes to the ground. Walla comes away with the basketball, up by 5 with the shot clock turned off. 14 seconds to go in the half as Skidmore very patiently setting up the offense, looking for perhaps one last shot before the half expires.
I think she lost her balance down there. She would have kept it. May have gotten the call then.
Skidmore into the lane, 2 seconds. Blocking call, and she'll step to the line for 2.
Amber Lease inside those circles down there underneath the basket and had the right idea, but you have got to be outside of those circles. And that helps the officials out either on the block charge.
Definitely.
I mean, you know, it's
2.3 seconds to go.
That was well done. That keeps Lane from getting the last shot. Really gives you an opportunity to go up.
Skidmore an 81% free throw shooter, so she doesn't miss very many. She misses both of them.
Both.
Good foul, I guess, from that standpoint.
You jinxed her.
There's the buzzer. We jinxed her indeed, but we didn't jinx her team too much. They're ahead. Walla Warriors leading the Lane Titans 38-33 in the quarterfinal game of the night. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on some first half numbers and get you ready for the second half of action. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
I'm Deborah Jackson. I work at STCU. During the windstorm of 2015, we were expecting that members would need any number of things. I was talking with a colleague. It popped into my head that why can't we do something to help offset that cost for our members and our community? So that day we came up with the Get It Fixed loan. Everyone was on board with it. It was done that day. Being part of this community and involved and invested as we are, when we see a need like that, we take the action. I'm Deborah Jackson, and STCU is here for good.
I'm Danny Horton, and I'm an STCU member. The windstorm of 2015, who doesn't remember that? They had no power or the heaters. The horse trough was a 600-pound block of ice. STCU stepped up. I went straight down. I got the loan I needed. If it hadn't been for STCU and the ability to provide everything I needed, where would I have been? I'm Danny Horton, and STCU is here for good.
Y'all ready to play?
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye? That when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid?
All right. See ya!
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Red Lion Hotels Corporation is built to thrive. With innovative programming and in-the-know staff, our hotel brands offer guests great stays and a chance to immerse in local culture. Red Lion Hotels and Red Lion Inn & Suites are better than ever. For travelers who want to get lost and discover adventure, we open the door to the best local experiences. We have reinvented the loyalty program. Introducing Hello Rewards, the first recognition-based loyalty program that encourages members to go further, fly higher, travel better, with tailor-made rewards. And we're not stopping yet. Presenting Hotel RL, our newest hotel brand. Inspired by the natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest, an uplifting, relaxed atmosphere, a staff that loves what they do. For adventurers at heart, Hotel RL will inspire an amazing journey. Our future has never been brighter. 3 strong brands, an expanding portfolio, industry-leading innovation with turnkey solutions, simple fee structures, areas of protection, continued support from day one. We make partnerships easy. Reach a new breed of traveler with RLHC.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you. For them. Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
I'm Keith Appleton, Education Outreach Officer at STCU. I have been labeled as frugal. I'm more motivated by saving money than I am about spending money. I essentially have had the same vehicle for nearly half my life. It's absolutely practice what you preach. One of my passions is mountain biking, and one of the ways that I can afford to have a quality mountain bike is by cutting expenses in other areas of my life. STCU has given me an opportunity to share things that I've learned with the community. I'm Keith Appleton, and STCU is...
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership.
I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
As certified jumpers, divers, and survival experts, Special Forces are dropped behind enemy lines to train foreign fighters, carry out covert missions, or prevent future conflicts. These soldiers live for the challenge, highly trained and highly intelligent. Special Forces soldiers are the best of the best.
Medical specialists in the Guard are skilled in CPR, field triage, and emergency life support. Medics stabilize and evac the wounded during combat, come to the aid of civilians in a disaster, and provide day-to-day outpatient care. Medical specialists are saving lives on and off the battlefield.
Welcome back to the Walt Price Sports and Fitness Center here on the campus of Everett Community College. Steve Willits along with Mike Buchholz, 20 minutes away from filling out the NWAC semifinal tournament. We already have Umpqua, Bellevue, and Big Bend with their tickets punched. And Mike, 20 more minutes, we're going to find out, or we think 20 more minutes anyway, unless there's some overtime, whether it's Walla Walla or Lane. Based on what you've seen in the first half, give me some thoughts.
Well, I think the pattern has been set that Lane is going to try to pound the ball inside. Obviously, Walla Walla wants to run and pick the tempo up. One thing that I have a question about is, will either one of the teams do something different defensively to try to change things, whether it's a half-court trap or play some zone and, you know, something along those lines to do something. But right now I'm just expecting more of the same, and what I had talked about before was putting some track lanes out there, so as they run up and down the court there, you know what lane you're supposed to be in because it's been a track meet.
And
so
will
far.
those track lanes lead to baskets? Because the tale of two quarters. In the first quarter, Lane shot 53% from the field. Walla Walla matched them nicely with 52%. In the second quarter, however, both teams vastly different. Lane 6 of 15, so they were 40%. Walla Walla 5 of 17, 29%. And you're right, two teams with very different styles. Lane 1 for 3 from three-point range, whereas Walla Walla also a 33% shooting team, but they're 6 of 18. And hey, Teresa Aycock, you might want to get her a few more looks. 5 of 9 in the first half from 3.
And you might want to get a hand up on her if you are the Titans. And I'm still upset for you stumping me on where Umpqua was.
Yeah, off camera we were having that conversation. For those of you who aren't sure, we'll give you 5 more seconds to tell us what city Umpqua Community College is in. It's in Roseburg, Oregon.
And they are in the Final Four, and as anticipated, Lane goes inside.
Yeah, the team from Eugene, Oregon. Lane getting on the board first this half. Sarah Hall, she had a nice opening half of play. She had 12 in the first half. She adds 2 more to it, making it a 38-35 game in favor of Walla Walla. We'll get you some scoring totals here in just a moment. Nice job underneath getting open. That is number 35, Adriana Peralez.
Confusion on the Lane defense as they started doing some automatic switching. 2 players went to 1 player and left Peralez wide open underneath for the easy layup.
Peralez averages 7.4 points per game on the season. However, that's her first 2 of the night, so a nice job for her to get open. And like it was Skidmore, I believe, that got the open pass to her. Aycock knocks that ball away into the hands of Peralez. Back to Aycock. Get it over to the point guard, Skidmore. 5-point lead for Walla Walla, looking for more right now.
Still staying in that man-to-man, setting up to run that flex offense again. Cutter off the low post and the screen down. Looking for elbow jump shots here.
No rush here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Aycock looking down low. Back out. 3 ball up in the air. Peralez! She's feeling it right now. She has 5 points in the quarter. The only 5 points scored thus far. It is 43-35.
Excellent patience that time by Walla Walla. And double teaming on the low post, trying to go high-low, almost turned it over again. You want to take a look, but you don't need to force it. Just reverse the ball.
Taylor Turner getting her hand on that one. Not enough, however. Nice job driving the left side lane as Emma Jones floats that one off the backboard and into the hoop. 43-37 score.
If you use the backboard correctly, it helps you with a variety of different mistakes that you might make. It softens the shot so much.
Jade Skidmore all the way from down on the floor. We're way up here. She heard you because she uses the backboard on her layup. Makes it a 45-37 game. Skidmore now with 10 points on the night.
Well, these teams are both very, very well coached, and so I'm sure they work on fundamentals an awful lot.
Megan Still with a 3-point attempt fired over the rim. Air ball. Pass by Aycock gets picked off. Going all the way is Amber Lease. Easy bucket for number 2.
And there's a transition mistake by Walla Walla as they left their guard back with the double team. Nobody came to help. Everybody's sprinting down the court looking for the easy shot, and they ended up with a turnover.
Walla Walla, 6-point lead, looking for more. Block shot, Hall right into the hands of the waiting Peralez. She picks it up, puts it in. 7 points for her here. All of her points coming in the third quarter. 47-39 lead. Nice Johnny on the spot move for her. And Sarah Hall back on the other end picks it up, and she puts the points in.
And Peralez did that last night as well. She didn't try to force the offense, but always kind of seemed to be in the right spot, picking up loose balls and rebounding and so on.
Aycock 3-ball! Teresa Aycock, she had 5 of them in the first half. Her first one of the second, 20 points on the night, and Walla Walla now out to the 9-point lead with 6:41 to go third quarter.
Still looking for that high-low as you're getting very excited about Aycock.
Hey!
3 back the other way, wow.
Emma Jones answers. She gets her first 3-pointer of the game. Only the second 3-point shot made by Lane tonight. Cuts that lead. Actually, they're going to give her a long 2 apparently, as it's 50-43.
Oh my, as it looked like an awful lot of ball on that block by Emma Jones, and the referee's going to say that there's body contact. I know the I know how the argument goes. It was all ball. There was a lot of contact, Coach.
And that usually results in a player stepping to the line for 2 free throws, and that's exactly the case here as Sierra Jo McEwen.
Part of the dilemma when both teams are making baskets, if one's making threes and the other's making twos, eventually you find yourself behind, and that's somewhat what is happening to Lane. They need some stops on defense, and they're not consistently getting those right now.
By the way, you think McEwen's a nice one to have at the line, 89.7% on the year. Hits that one. This is a team that leads the NWAC in three-point shooting percentage. I believe they're also leading the NWAC in free throw percentage, and they're number 2 in field goals overall.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, McEwen, 43% from three-point range. That's unbelievable.
She's just a shooter. Speaking of shooters, right there, Taylor Carrillo with her first points of the night.
Is it Carrillo or Carrillo?
Potato. I'm sure her family thinks differently, but we'll let you make the call on that one.
Okay.
Whatever it is, Sarah Hall, we know how to pronounce her name. She gets the block on that one.
Well, I'll tell you
Taylor
what.
getting the ball back.
Carrillo got hot last night and was draining threes, so she can get it going as well. She's a legitimate three-point threat.
Oh, they're going to need a few more of those. They're down by 7 right now, and that foul is going to be called, I believe, was it on number 20? It was. Jade Skidmore picking up her second.
Still man-to-man by both teams, so not really much of a defensive adjustment in terms of style.
Hall swings it over to Lease, back to Hall.
I do get the sense.
Cross-court pass. Here we go. 3-ball up in the air. Everybody standing on the lane sideline missed. Skidmore comes away with it.
I do get the sense that Lane is doubling down more on the post, trying to take those post moves away, and so Lane's going to have to adjust to that.
Perhaps hit a couple threes and change the course of thinking very quickly if they are able to do so.
Back to the flex offense for
McEwen. High off the iron, back into the hands of a waiting Taylor Turner. Shot along the baseline, good. Courtney Hutchinson with her first points of the night makes it a 54-45 game.
And again, Walla doing such a good job. And you see the shots, but the other thing is that the passes are on target. And so that makes the shot, the rhythm of the shot much easier. And Walla does a great job of finishing those.
Carrier probably has about 3 or 4 shots she wants back tonight, and that was another one right there. Misses it from about 3 feet out. Not missing it from about 15 feet out is Taylor Turner. She has 4 points tonight, 56-45. Walla with their largest lead, and Lane wants a timeout.
Defense overplayed that screen. Instead of coming up to the elbow, she ran the fade out, got her feet set, and again, passed right in the shooting pocket, caught it in rhythm, and drilled it.
The question now becomes, what will Lane do to counter and to answer? We'll find out, but first we're going to take a break. You're watching STSPN.com.
I'm Deborah Jackson. I work at STCU. During the windstorm of 2015, we were expecting that members would need any number of things. I was talking with a colleague. It popped into my head that why can't we do something to help offset that cost for our members and our community? So that day we came up with the Get It Fixed loan. Everyone was on board with it. It was done that day. Being part of this community and involved and invested as we are, when we see a need like that, we take the action. I'm Deborah Jackson, and STCU is here for good.
Be sure to check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, scores, stats, and more. That's NWACSPORTS.org. I can tell you firsthand, Mike, just even prepping for this game tonight, website, we did a great job with that, and like what they bring to the table, and also the Twitter feed, always a fun one to follow.
And I just tweeted out.
Did you just tweet? No, you did not. that was going to be a first.
Okay, I thought maybe I'd catch you there. No, I didn't tweet out.
I was going to be very impressed. I thought it was the dawning of a new day. If you're tweeting things, then these games are far from over, even up to the last minute. If that's possible, anything is. But one thing we're going to have to find out if it's possible right now is whether or not Lane can catch up. And I've got to tell you right now, I'm doing this from the top of the rafters here, but it looks as though they made a scoring change as they just changed and gave Lane an extra point. And I think what happened was that the 3 ball that Emma Jones put up earlier in the quarter that we called a 3 at the time, and they made it a 2. They changed it and said, in fact, she did hit a 3. So Lane getting the game just a little bit closer, and then Carrier goes down and makes it even closer than that. So now it's an 8-point game.
Yeah, defender playing on the high side of the block, and that time no double team, no help, quick pass in.
McEwen driving hard, and they're going to call offensive foul.
Well, and that is a stop that Lane needs, and just as it looked like the momentum was switching, giving Walla an opportunity to perhaps take control of the game, and Coach Bobby Hazeltine up pleading her case, and that's the John Mellencamp Authority song, Authority Always Wins.
I've been told that once or twice. That's what I hear. Hey, one other thing we were noticing, Teresa Aycock was getting medical treatment a moment ago, so she's now sitting back on the bench. Go ahead.
That time Carrier down on the block trying to fight off the defender over the top, and she had that elbow locked under the neck of the defender, pushing her off, and Carrier called for the offensive foul. That is a turnover for Lane.
You can't do that. We're going to take another quick break. 56-48. You don't want to go anywhere. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Let him go. Turn around, seal him, pass the ball to the high post. High-low.
Pierce College, celebrating 50 years of possibilities realized. Pierce College is here to guide you to student success. With more than 60 programs of study at Pierce College, there's a fit for you, your life, and your schedule, including short-term certificate programs, transfer degrees, and even baccalaureate degrees. Pierce provides flexible degree options to help you on your path. Your pathway is clear at Pierce College.
That's great. Our producer, I kind of missed the cue there. There's a light over here going. I'm not sure which light it was a green light.
Green light, red light. You know what? Pierce College had their they got their airtime still, so it's all good. We enjoy hearing you talk. So
yeah.
It's.
Well, I was trying to talk about the adjustment, the offensive foul. If your defender's coming around, you're down on the low block. What I was trying to get at was, instead of fighting them and hooking them with the elbow, all you have to do is let them come around and then seal, reverse the ball back to the high post, and then you've got the high-low. That's where you see a lot of high-low entries, where the low block player will be able to get low and block the defender who was between them and the ball, but now the ball has been reversed, and that will give you the layup.
Don't fight it. Kenny Loggins. Here we go. Walla with the basketball. I can throw those in there every once in a while,
That's
too.
good.
Here we go. The Warriors with the basketball, up by 8, 3:43 to go here in the third quarter. Sierra Jo McEwen misses the three-pointer. Carrier goes up to get the rebound, momentarily loses it, but retrieves the basketball and gets it on over to Amber Lease. Lane looking to cut into that Walla 8-point lead. Let's see what they can do here on this offensive possession.
Kenny Loggins can't play defense. All right. Still man-to-man.
You stumped me on that one. We'll find out. Lease down low. Carrier, good.
There was a double team down there, but it wasn't early enough that the help defender just stood underneath the basket instead of getting around, had an opportunity to intercept that pass.
Lane doing a nice job of not going away. They've trailed by as many as 11. They're down to 6, and they're going to maybe even get it down a little bit more as the offensive foul is called against the Warriors.
And when I talked about the help defense being late on for Walla, Carrillo got over for Lane, got outside of those little circles underneath the basket, set up and took the charge.
Carrillo?
Well, I think it's Carrillo.
We got to keep that one going for a while. We'll find out. Either way, Lane with the basketball, 6-point deficit. And looking down low to guess who? Carrier draws contact before the shot, however.
With 3 players around her, and they still got the ball in. Lease with a bullet pass into the block.
And I thought they were going to call that a non-shooting. However, it looks as though she's stepping to the line. Oh.
Are we in the 1-on-1
Oh, we
now?
are. I think we are in the 1-on-1 for the quarter. So that is, in fact, the case. By the way, That is the 4th foul on Dietrich Denton. The last time down, Turner picked up her 4th foul. So something to watch for Walla Walla over the next 12 minutes and 45 seconds of the game.
Well, I believe that is one of the benefits. So it is 1-1. I believe that's one of the benefits of trying to take the ball inside down to the low block, and making an appearance for Walla Walla is Mallory Bowen, who came in and had some late minutes last night and was productive in her short amount of time that she was in the game.
Well, and also making an appearance, just coming back in, and not a moment too soon, Teresa Aycock. Like I said, she was getting some sort of medical treatment over at the NWAC tent a few minutes ago, and they definitely need her hot hand again. She
probably
hit six three-pointer. Yeah, she might be trying to put the fire out on that hand. I don't think the coach wants her to do that, though. We'll see if it had any benefit. At the very least, she has fresh legs. However, not her best pass right now, and she gets bailed out with a travel as Emma Jones did a nice job of playing defense, didn't do such a nice job of dribbling.
Aycock has been shooting out to, how far do you think her longest 3 was tonight? I'd say 25 at least.
It's right around the 20, and there's been a few of them out there too. Yeah. It's not just 1 or 2. McEwen into the lane. Ball goes over to Bowen. Bowen misses the shot, tries to hustle in for the board, cannot come up with it as Carrier pulls down yet another. Lane down by 4, and all of a sudden they could get this deficit down to 1 or 2 right now. They are already on a 7-0 run. Carrier goes back up for the second attempt, misses it. Dietrich Denton, no, that's Peralta's coming away with it. And we're going to get a foul called in the backcourt on the Titans.
And I like the half-court set as they're taking Amber Lease and having her dribble entry to the corner, bringing Carrillo up to the top, double post set, and one player pops to the wing or the corner out there trying to isolate the post player. So it's a nice look at trying to stay away from that double team down there. I like the chess match going on between the coaches.
Dietrich Denton swings it over to Bowen. Walla Walla, definitely the definition of a hot, cold team tonight. And right now they're hot as they make that one. Skidmore with the basket. I was just about to say they've gone through these long stretches where they don't score, and as soon as we say that, they end the drought. And again, they needed something there. They were up 56-45 at one point. Lane went on a 6-0 run.
And both teams going to the post now as Skidmore posted up Amber Lease, and here comes Lane back with the post up. So the running game has now changed back into the let's pound the ball down inside to the paint.
I have a feeling before it's all said and done, we'll see a few more threes fired up by the Warriors. We know that that's their go-to, as the foul does in fact get called on Bowen, her first. Carrier hits the first free throw.
It's a little more fun for me to watch when I don't really, the stress level is, what I'm getting at is the stress level is different as
when you're more of a neutral party, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, neutral party, or kind of watching for the enjoyment of the game as opposed to hanging on every pass and every call that's being made on the floor.
Well,
so
there's a lot to enjoy. We've had a couple of really good games here tonight, and this one's no different.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. This is great.
58-54, Walla Walla. Skidmore pulls up from 14 feet out off the back iron. Dietrich Denton finally comes away with it. Gets it right back out to Aycock, swings it around to McEwen. McEwen driving right side, fires up the shot. Get a whistle that may or may not have happened beforehand.
Yeah, that was Peralta who ran down that loose ball out there again.
Oh, was that Peralta? Okay.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that she does. Gets those little extra opportunities for Walla Walla. She's a heady player that plays her role really to perfection.
Sarah Hall picking up her 3rd foul. She's had 2 fouls in the last 90 seconds or so, and she's going to sit the rest of this quarter out. McEwen, long 3 ball, hits it! We knew it was only a matter of time, only her 2nd 3 of the game. She hit 109 of those during the regular season, so she wants to fire those up, and picked a good time to hit one there. Up by 7 now for Walla Walla, 42 seconds to go, 3rd quarter.
That is a lot of them, and Carrier called again, trying to peel that defender off, and it was Mallory Bowen, who, as I said, recently checked in, and she is.
I love the excitement that Bowen showed. Look at that big smile on her face. She ran up and down the court, happy as can be, ran over to the sideline. Her teammates are now high-fiving. That might just be a spark that the Warriors need to go forward too.
And that is the 3rd foul on Carrier. I've never seen anybody so happy getting elbowed before. But
hey, it's a big game. They
It
all want to get to the semis. We'll see what they can do here. Shot clock at 18. McEwen in the corner. 3-ball. In and out. Rebound grab by Jones. 7-point deficit for Lane. Looking to cut into that right now. Shot clock is off. Amber Lee sets the offense up on top. 14 seconds to go in the quarter.
Change your formation. Double high post, running the cutter off.
Megan Briggs into the game for the first time. Shot up in the air. 3-ball in and out. Bounces around on the ground. 1 second to go. Shot is not in time, or is it? No, they're going to wave it off. That was Emma Jones. If the quarter had been 10 minutes and 1 second, she would have had a bucket. Unfortunately for her, it's not. And unfortunately for Lane, they're trailing right now. Walla with a 61-54 lead as we head towards the fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick break and come back with the last 10 minutes of play. You are watching NWAC quarterfinal basketball on STSPN.
Yo, ready to play?
Washington National Guard, we are neighbors helping neighbors through a tradition of service with more than 6,000 citizen soldiers which comprise our ranks throughout Washington State. Guardsmen faithfully safeguard lives and property at home and abroad. National Guard soldiers and readiness centers are an integral part of Washington State's communities and will continue to be for generations to come. To learn more about the Washington National Guard, visit nationalguard.com or call 1-800-GO-GUARD. And we are back for the fourth quarter of action. McEwen goes up for the shot, misses it. Ball bounces around. Last touched by the Titans, and Walla will keep the possession. And Coach Buckholz, if you are Lane, what was the message you were talking to your players about during the break? What was Mike Shelley talking to the girls about?
Well, I'm sure he was talking to the girls about defense, because they need some stops if they want to get back in the game, and they're not going to get back in the game if they keep giving up offensive rebounds.
McEwen, 3-ball! Not sure he was talking rebounds with them. They got a couple of different looks there. McEwen finally makes them pay. Walla now back out on top by 10 with 9:27 to go here in the final period.
And once again, it was Peralez getting that extra possession that allows McEwen to get the three. So you have to have everybody doing their job, and Peralez, as I mentioned, does an excellent job of playing her role.
Getting into the lane and floating one up. They're going to call an offensive foul. And guess who? Number 30, once again, Mallory Bowen. She stood her ground nicely there. I give her a lot of credit for that play.
And Carrillo maybe trying to do just a little bit too much there, as she hasn't really scored too much tonight, trying to get to the rim, and good help defense by Walla, and now the lead is 10. So desperate need of a stop here for Lane.
Felt like that was a play we saw coming from about a mile away, as you could just see Carrillo making her way into the lane, and Bowen was almost essentially waiting for her. As Skidmore gets into the lane on the other side, kicks it out to Bowen, over to Aycock. Still stuck, if you will, on 6 3-pointers tonight. Bowen down low, goes up, gets the shot blocked by Hall. Scramble for the basketball. We're going to get a held ball, which will be possession arrow over to the Titans.
And Bowen not really looking necessarily to score there. She got it to Aycock and set a screen, but got the ball down on the baseline with the shot clock winding down and having to kind of force one up. And so Lane gets the stop that they need, but Aycock steals it.
Beautiful save by Aycock. Gets it ahead to Skidmore. Skidmore going all the way, finally kicks it into the corner. Nice read by Lisa. She noticed from afar that ball was going into McEwen. Got over there, knocked a hand on it, just got enough to bat it out of bounds and force Walla to reset.
I think Lisa's played the whole game. I don't know that she's been out. She's quick and plays with a lot of energy. Still Energizer Bunny out there just playing hard.
Yeah, 29 of the first 30 minutes according to the score sheet here. So, yeah, she's been a busy lady out there today. Aycock, guarded by Lease, gets it down to Skidmore, out to McEwen, open three, hits it!
And I don't know if I'm on defense that McEwen's the player that I want to leave, and Coach is talking to Fielder about that right now as Fielder leaves McEwen to go double on the post, and they dialed up the wide open 3-ball.
McEwen with 4 3-pointers, 2 of which have come in this quarter. 13-point lead, their largest. We're going to take another quick break. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN. Everett CC Trivia Time, EVCC. Here we go. Why do 19,000 students choose Everett Community College every year? Do you know the answer, Mike Buckholz?
Because your instructors know your name and the classes are personalized.
That is one answer. That's not the answer I was looking for. The answer is because we have fun with sports, live music, and more. You'll never want to leave. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. I don't want to leave tonight. This is a good time here. We're having a great time here at the Walt Price Sports and Fitness Center here on the campus of Everett Community College.
I was having a good time, but you keep stumping me. Now I'm upset.
Well, that was a tough question. There were multiple answers that you could have given, and one of the answers from an earlier question was, in fact, what you just gave. So you weren't far off. You know who's having a really good time right now at Everett CC?
Yeah, you are.
Well, I'd like to think we both are, right?
Yeah.
But the Walla Warriors up by 13 with 8:04 left. They're thinking they want to come back here next week.
Well, yeah, they are. And one of the things we were talking about is what sort of adjustments were made. And you got McEwen, the best 3-point shooter in the entire conference, and you were guarding her with the post player who went and doubled down. And that, I was going to say, that's one of the dangers of being a post player guarding a perimeter player. You're used to getting back into the paint. And I would say, and under no circumstances are you to leave McEwen alone.
Sarah Hall finding the open lane there on the left side. She gets it to fall.
And look for the Titans to go back to Sarah Hall. She got off to a good start, has been somewhat quiet since then, but she's a money player.
18 points for Hall tonight. 67-56. Teresa Aycock, it's been a while since we've seen her hit one outside. This time McEwen goes down low, kicks it right back out, open 3 again! Guess who? Sierra Jo McEwen!
And what did the defender do? Carrillo comes back, and this is a 3. The defender went down and doubled again. That's that learn your lesson.
McEwen one more time. Ooh, trying to match Aycock right now. McEwen has 5 threes on the night. Aycock has 6.
But that time shot under duress. You know, she's really good at spotting up, kicking it in, and getting it back. Do not leave her.
She wants another one. Look right here. She's thinking about it. Kicks it to Aycock. They go down low to Skidmore this time. Spin move. Hits off the back iron. Bounces around. Nice job by Skidmore to hustle and get the rebound.
Just too many weapons for Walla. It's, you know, you pick your poison, and whatever you pick, you're still poisoned. That's the problem.
Yeah, in a 40-minute game, you might be able to win the battle for a few of those minutes, but at some point they get you. McEwen this time says, I don't need a 3. I'll work the lane, and that's exactly what she does. 25 points for her tonight.
Beautiful pass by Perales as Walla running the flex, and instead of popping up to the elbow, runs a curl in there. And look at the battle down here on the low block.
It's Mallory Bowen once again going right at Carrier. Lease driving into the lane. Runner misses it. Draws contact and will head to the line.
I'm not surprised that the runner is missed. I've said over and over in my broadcast, as a coach, I never liked that. It's a low percentage shot. She is going to the line, which is a good thing, but the runner is like shooting at a moving target. Either get to the rim or pull up and shoot it. Otherwise, the percentage on that shot just is very low.
You like the runner with a pull-up element to it, correct?
No.
Not even that, right?
I like the pull-up, but I just don't like the runner down the lane as you're moving towards the basket because there's too many variables. It's like I said, it's like shooting at a moving target.
I got home last night and I flipped on the TV and it was the NBA channel was replaying a game from 1990 in which Michael Jordan had 69 points, his career high, and I hadn't watched him in so long, and he did that well. But again, he was Michael Jordan. But just getting into the lane, either kind of the teardrop or just even pulling up and spotting from 10 or 12 feet out. There are certain players that can do it, but I guess what you're saying is more often than not a high percentage for a lot of players.
I don't see Michael Jordan or Alex English or the Iceman George Gervin out here.
You just lost most of our crowd with those last two names.
Shot
is missed by Skidmore. Maybe a few parents and grandparents, but
showing my age.
72-58, 5:25 to go. Amber Lease with the basketball.
UCLA cut.
Carrillo, long three-pointer, misses it.
Screen and roll. Carrillo going to try to shoot him back in as the lead is 14 now, and they do need some threes, and she's legit on the three, but
Perales gets the basket, but gives Skidmore a huge assist on that play. Very nicely done. Drew the defense in. Found the open player, 16-point lead. We're now down under the 5-minute mark, and I think Lane is starting to kind of run out of steam here as Amber Lease with the diving attempt at the loose ball to no avail. It is now Warriors basketball, and I think the Warriors are just about ready to punch a ticket into next Saturday.
Yeah, you see the same thing with the running hook pass there, kind of a similar result as your moving target, and you ended up throwing the ball out of bounds. So there are certain things at different levels that you can do, and it's both an art and the science, and if you can make a runner or make running hook shots or hook passes, that's good. That's part of the artistic, but not totally fundamentally sound.
Speaking of a runner, McEwen trying one, and she misses. And we're going to get another foul called against the Titans. 4:30 to go here in the game.
Well, this game has dramatically slowed down tempo-wise in terms of how long the teams are in possession before a shot is taken. But Lane now kind of desperate and looking for the illegal screen as Lease hits the turf there.
They're going to call that on Bowen. Even when she gets called for a foul, Mallory Bowen with a huge smile on her face, give her a lot of credit for that. Hey, when you're up by 16 with 4.5 minutes to go, I guess you can afford to do that a little bit.
And the difficulty now for Lane is that they're feeling that pressure and looking for that 16-point play, which doesn't exist. You have to stay within your game plan and try to pick away and get stops at the other end, get open shots at the offensive end and get stops on the defensive end. And again, going one-on-one.
Ooh, and Carrillo hits the – oh, that's not Carrillo. That is
Carrillo.
That is her. Hits the ground hard on that play.
I would say Carrillo, and it looks like she maybe got popped in the face with the hand. So
yeah, Amber Lease coming over her to check her out. Fortunately, she is up and moving around as she heads over to the bench. We're going to take a timeout here, so we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about what potentially the semis look like next week and tell you what else is going on here this weekend. So you don't want to go anywhere. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN. Clark College in Vancouver, Washington is enrolling for spring quarter. Whether you want to advance your career, complete a degree, or earn your high school diploma, Clark College can help you reach your goals. Visit clark.edu to learn more. Mike Buckholz, I was going to do the trivia with you again and ask you where Clark College is located, but since I said it in the read there, I guess it wouldn't be worth asking.
Well,
or were you paying attention?
I wasn't paying attention, but I happen to know it's in Vancouver because we used to play Clark College when I was at Highline, and some of our joyous bus trips were to Clark College in Lower Columbia, where we had our Nicolanti card games as a basketball team.
So a little bit different philosophy than what the kids are doing these days. I don't think there's too many card games on the buses, right?
Well, I don't know.
Smartphones.
We were playing Crazy Eights and Go Fish and things like that. But we didn't even have Walkmans. So
you guys didn't have Snapchat back in those days.
I don't even know what Snapchat is now. So
I'll share it with you later on. But until then, we've got 4 minutes and 13 seconds left of action remaining in this game, and don't want to put the cart before the horse too much, but it is starting to look more and more like Walla might be advancing. And we start to look ahead towards next Saturday. Umpqua, Bellevue, Big Bend, Walla. Not a bad Final Four.
No, not at all. And Big Bend, even though they are the number 4 seed, they were in a very tough league, and they're playing very well right now. So
first shot is missed as Carrillo is back in the game to shoot her free throws.
And that, again, you feel the pressure mounting and you tighten up a little bit, and you've had that timeout. You've had however long it was, a minute and a half, to think about how important these free throws are. And so she does get 1 out of 2, but there's just so much pressure on right now, and it's off. They're going to show some press, so let's see how that works out for the Lane defense.
They need something going on there, and leaves Skidmore open as they get the ball up the floor, and Skidmore very quickly and wisely pulls out. Aycock thought about a 3. She hasn't had one in a while. Kicks over to McEwen. Taking their time, 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, down to 3:51 on the game clock. Aycock gets into the lane, puts up a 14-footer, misses it.
And made her shoot off the dribble, which is good defense.
Exactly what you've been saying all along. Nice job by Skidmore. Gets on the ground to pop that one up into the air. Gets it to McEwen. Behind the back dribble there, as we're now down to the 3:33 mark.
And at some point, you're going to have to try to get to the one-on-one situation, and it's going to be up to the coach, obviously, to figure out when that is, but it's going to be soon.
12 seconds left on the shot clock. Aycock looking down low to McEwen into the lane. As that one bounce off the rim, we get a whistle on the rebound, and that's going to be called against the Warriors.
Oh my, don't foul with your shoulder blades. That's good inside position for number 30.
Mallory Bowen getting called for her 3rd foul.
Yeah, Bowen, as she had inside position, it gets called for the foul.
So after this game tonight, the girls are done playing here for the weekend. They will again be back here for the semifinals and the championship next week, as Megan still drives the lane, puts it up, misses it. Should point out, though, a lot of basketball happening here tomorrow and on Sunday, as we have the men's action taking place, starting with the round of 16. 8 games tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m. in the morning, lasting. And McEwen, there's another one. Hey, why not? Little exclamation mark for her. 28 points on the night, 18-point lead. 8 games here tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m. And as you noted before, Mike, the last game is slated to start at, I guess, 10 p.m., but sometimes the games even run a little late. There might be basketball here for about 16 or 17 hours tomorrow. And if anybody's in the area, well, certainly we want to encourage them to watch STSPN all day long, because Todd Elvick and the crew will be broadcasting from start to finish. He says with a big smile on his face as he'll have the caffeine ready to go in the morning.
He has a tent over there. I don't know if you know that.
He needs it. He needs a tent and a pillow and everything else. But a lot of action here tomorrow, not only tomorrow with the round of 16, but the quarterfinals the next day. So really, if anybody's in the area, this is such fun basketball to watch, too, whether it's the men or the women.
It is, and I get to come back for the quarterfinals. So yesterday I had the 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m. games.
I think we call that a glutton for punishment, don't we?
Yeah, well, Todd was here the whole time.
He was indeed. So we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll get you to the last 2 minutes and 35 seconds and have a little fun along the way. You are watching NWAC basketball on STSPN.
Medical specialists in the Guard are skilled in CPR, field triage, and emergency life support. Medics stabilize and evac the wounded during combat, come to the aid of civilians in a disaster, and provide day-to-day outpatient care. Medical specialists are saving lives on and off the battlefield.
Welcome back from the Walt Price Sports and Fitness Center on the campus of Everett Community College. The last 2 minutes and 26 seconds of quarterfinal action coming up right now, and the Walla Walla Warriors, team that made it to the championship game last year, only to come up a bit short, looking to head to the semifinals once again this year. And unless the 10-point hoop drops down from the ceiling, Mike, I think they're going to be on their way. Nice shot there as Skidmore picks up yet another basket, 18-point lead, and we're now down under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, off the dribble, did a nice job of diving in and reversing back out, creating space to hit that 15-footer.
Skidmore 14 points, and she gets a rebound to add to her total. Here they come right now. Everybody, I think, kind of content and recognizing that this game is all but over. Lane certainly not putting any pressure on them as they put together a valiant effort tonight, at times taking the lead on a couple of different occasions. Hey, why not? Skidmore, 2 more. 16 points, and we have our first 20-point lead of the evening.
And at some point here, it's an opportunity for Coach Hazeltine to clear her bench. You certainly don't want a 20-point lead to have any injuries here down towards the stretch. And there's Skidmore again.
Skidmore really padding the stat column right now, and we're going to get they're going to call a substitution timeout. Nicely done by the referees.
The white flag has been waved.
But again, I mean, nice effort by Lane, and really nothing to hold their heads down about. They're going to finish their season 23-7. 3 of those losses coming to the same team, the Warriors, right here, as both teams bringing in some bench players right now and giving them some well-earned minutes. And
yeah, good game, and I thought came in with a good game plan and tried to pound the ball inside, but just unable to get the stops. And you just have to tip your hat if you are Lane. You're going to have to tip your hat and congratulate Walla Walla for playing well over the offensive foul there. And that's what I was saying, as somebody, Skidmore, just almost became a skid mark there. She got ran over and is definitely shaken up, and here comes the sub in for her immediately. And that's what I was saying about, you got your players in, you don't want them to be in that injury factor, so she's now out.
Skidmore gets a nice round of applause, and deservingly so. We've got a number of different players in here right now. Looking at Walla Walla, number 11, Sydney Andrews from Dayton, Washington, getting her first action of the night. That's number 31, Dietrich Denton. She's been in already a couple times. Number 14, Riley Lyon from Bristol Bay High School up in King Salmon, Alaska. So maybe she has some family watching tonight. Mackenzie Gunter from McCaman, Idaho, into the game. So we're in the number 23, so we're trying to get some shout-outs here for these young ladies.
Missed a shot, got her own rebound on a hustle play there as they move the ball around.
Lane also playing some different players right now. Number 11, Morgan Newton from Myrtle Point, Oregon. Got number 15, Kelly O'Malley from North Eugene High School in Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah, burning the clock down, running the flex offense, passing and screening and moving away, and going to get an opportunity for a shot.
There we go. Number 22, Isabella Lewis, also in the game right now from Capital High School in Boise, Idaho. 85-61 score as Kaylee Dietrich Denton is going to get our final bucket of the night, and that is the end of the game. The Walla Walla Warriors are heading to the final, or are they? We've got some confusion out there right now.
Well, hopefully they're not going to go over and.
Apparently they're going to let. This is interesting. They're going to let Isabella Lewis shoot 2 free throws at the. Apparently she was fouled at the buzzer, so they're going to at least let her take these. Or are they now? Let's see what they're going to do here.
Well, if I'm Isabella Lewis, I want to go to the line.
Why not? I mean, why would you not want to get on the score in the scorebook? Apparently Walla Walla wanted to make sure they got Taylor Turner back in one more time. Not sure why. She's already played tonight quite a bit. So we are. They're going to put 0.1 second back on the clock.
And somebody called timeout. Well, if you got
yeah, you know what? Hey,
I've got 5 timeouts. I'm going to use them.
And you know, I mean, I don't mind it in the sense that if you're going to try to get somebody a chance to get on the scoreboard, they're final game of the season for Lane. If Lewis wants to step there and hit a couple free throws, by all means. If she was fouled, she earned it. I don't have a problem with this.
No, I don't have a problem with that. My question is why is she just not shooting at the line? Why do we have the timeout?
Right.
I can tell you why. I learned this last night from Nathan Murphy. They are reviewing to see what happened
Okay. Glad they're doing that with 0.1 seconds to go, just in case the 24-point play is in effect, right?
Yeah, well.
They're thorough, if nothing else.
I
right?
used to watch game film, and my wife would come in and say, "What are you doing?" And I'm going, watching the game film, watch this, and I would stop it and go, look at what's going on here, and she would say, leave me alone.
By the way, we haven't mentioned this tonight, so I'm going to do my best on this one because, again, the font was, I think, size 2.
It was microfiche.
We think our officials are Nicholas Mitch, Aaron Hagen, and Maggie Spillin.
Okay. I'm going to bring a magnifying glass on Sunday.
Or you might want to bring like a telescope. It's pretty small. Isabella Lewis at the line. She hits the first free throw. And if nothing else, she will be able to say she scored a point in her final basketball game of the season, and that's exactly what it is. And the final score, now I can say once again that the Walla Walla Warriors are advancing to the semifinals where they will take on Big Bend next week. That game will take place at 8 p.m. again next Saturday night right here at Everett Community College. If you can't make it out to the game, we will be broadcasting it once again on stspn.com. Certainly encourage folks to tune in or show up in person. And again, a reminder, 8 games here tomorrow, starting with the Egg McMuffin game, right? As they like to say, Clackamas versus Peninsula men's basketball to kick us off. And if you are, in fact, as we look around here, as I'm doing this quickly off the top of my head, for the listening audience who might be from one of these two schools, Walla Walla plays at 2 p.m. tomorrow against Centralia. So if you are a Warriors fan watching right now and you want to watch the guys play tomorrow, tune in at 2 p.m. right back here at STSPN, and you can watch the Warriors take on Centralia. Mike Buckholz, this was fun.
It was a great time tonight. Saw a couple of really good ball games tonight and had a lot of fun. I'm still upset about being stumped on the trivia, but that's the way it goes.
Hey, we've got a few more games coming up over the course of the next 8 days, so you've got some time to study.
I do have some time to study.
Get your Everett Community College trivia in hand and be ready to go. And until then, though, I appreciate having you here tonight. It was a lot of fun, and congratulations to not only Umpqua, Bellevue, Big Bend, and Walla Walla who are advancing, but really to all the players and coaches and fans who showed up this weekend just to make it to a tournament. Tip of the cap. You had an outstanding season, and you earned the right to be here, and we hope you had a good time.
Well, a lot of times, I mean, you show up sometimes and you're one and done, and you feel bad about it, but later on in life, you get to look back at it, and hey, I was in the playoffs, and look back and it's creating memories.
We are almost into our 14th hour. We're almost into our 15th hour of broadcasting. So Todd Elvick's looking at me like, get off the air quickly. He wants to go to bed. I don't blame him. It's been a long day. For everybody that's been involved with the broadcast, it's been a pleasure and a joy to broadcast these games. And you got one more thing.
I got one more thing. I need to thank the people out in the truck who have done a super job for us tonight.
And have you seen that truck? It is huge.
I have seen that truck.
I didn't hear what Todd Elvick said, but I'm sure it was something that was very...
He said thank you. I was ordered to thank the people in the truck.
I'm glad you did that. So for everybody involved with the broadcast, my name's Steve Willits. Your name is Mike Buckholz. It's been a pleasure, and we're just getting started. Thanks for watching tonight. You've been watching STSPM.com. Have a good night.